Hi, my name's Gavin, and I see you. Welcome back to Gavin Talk About You. Today we'll talk about anything and everything. Today we're going to talk about How I Met Your Mother Season 5. We're going to take a look at the episodes. We're going to rate them worst to best. And we're going to rank the characters worst to best. As always, if you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And let's get right into the video. Number 24, we have Sewer Falls, episode 19, 1 out of 10. Remember in the past season when I said there's one episode in season 5 that I think challenges our intelligence? It makes me feel stupid as a viewer. This is the episode. I fucking hate this episode. I think this episode sucks ass. And here's why. Sewer Falls. Marshall gets robbed by a fucking monkey. We don't even know the truth. It's irritating. It was the worst episode of this whole series. The fact that it got past the table read, past everything is egregious to me. Why the heck did you guys think this was a good idea? I don't like this episode. I don't think most people like this episode. And this season as a whole was kind of a miss to me. You'll know why in a second. There's a lot of 5 out of 10 and a lot of 4 out of 10 in this season, more than the other seasons. So, you'll know more. But yeah, this wasn't really much. They were trying to, I get what they were trying to do with Marshall and his, wife Lily, right? And I get it. But I also don't. It's just irritating. But at number 23, we have Say Cheese, episode 18, 2 out of 10. Okay. This was about Lily's birthday, playing Who's That Skank? It didn't work for me. Because it's just proving that Ted is telling his kids things that he shouldn't. He doesn't need to know. That they don't need to know. Things that they shouldn't know about their father. Oh, you were a whore before you met Mom. Pretty much, right? But yeah, this also has a side story where Barney never took a bad picture, so Robin was trying to make him take a bad picture. It was fine. Nothing special. And Marshall was a little irritating too because she was trying to make a game, trying to make everyone happy, but no one was happy and everyone was mad at him. Number 22, Hooked. And this is with the pig. Marshall is trying to get Lily to have a baby, want to have a baby, right? And this is that season. This is the season where we're trying to have a kid, right? Where they're trying to have a baby. They're trying. Or they're trying to warm up to the idea of having a kid. It didn't work for me that much. It really solidified that it was a weird thing to me. So, yeah. And this show went downhill, so I'm just gonna be honest. After season 4, kind of goes downhill, and then it picks up in season 7, and then season 8 and season 9, kind of like, oh, what the fuck happened? At number 21 is dual citizenship. This is when Barney urges Robin to get another citizenship in America. It didn't go as planned because people started calling Robin not Canadian, and he had to stand up for her. It wasn't bad. It's not a bad episode. Not one of my favorites. To me, it got to the point where I was just like, okay. Like, this relationship clearly isn't going to go anywhere. So let's break off soon, right? Unfortunately, that's also a double-edged sword because I don't think we got enough of their couple, right? So, at number 20, we have The Wedding Bride. Episode 22, 3 out of 10. Okay, if my look didn't tell you all you needed to know, then I'll just tell you straight up. I don't like this episode. I don't think this episode is funny. I don't think it's kind. I think what Ted does is a little out of character for him, right? Because you're trying to make him not Ted Mosby or Jed Mosby, right? But, and then he says, no can do, baby doll. Like, that's a little out of character, don't you think? Like, if someone made a movie about me and it wasn't correct at all, I would do the opposite thing, right? So that kind of irritated me. It was just frustrating, that's all. The Wedding Bride wasn't even that funny. It was just like, he as the guy, right? Ted irritated me in this episode, like I said, and also he had this big speech and then breaks up with the girl afterwards. Like, what are we doing, right? What are we doing here? So, yeah. Number 19, we have Double Date. This is when Ted and the chick goes on another date to find out that they already had a date a few years ago. Like, it screamed to me that we didn't have anything planned for this season. We did, just not for the main character Ted, right? Like, it just made it clear that Ted was the last thing they were thinking of, right? Like, it's kind of your main star. You should probably think about him. No? Okay. Like, it just such a problematic thing. And, like, the whole thing about cats and about everything else, it just irritated me. So, yeah. At number 18, we have Rabbit or Duck. This has the Barney going to a Super Bowl and having the number and all that. That was funny. And clearly we see what happened with Robin, right? Like, we see that Robin had an issue with it. She's crying, she's sad. We don't know that till later on. And then we have, yeah. It was a cool little thing of that, and I'm happy that we introduced Don in this. I'm happy that we have a thing of the phone. We have Barney, right? And somehow Ted gets a hold of that phone, which irritates me. But Ted irritated me this season. Last season I was okay with him. I was actually warming up to him. Then this season it was like, woo, nope, not anymore. Yeah. At number 17 we have The Rough Patch. Episode 7. 4 out of 10. This episode is when we have Barney and Robin falling out, right? This is the breakup. It felt weird to me because it felt forced. It felt like they were trying to break them up early on, but didn't have a good way, so they decided to break them up later on, right? And it was fine. I'm not that big of a fan of this episode. I'm not a big fan of this season. I feel like I'm such a letdown in this video, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy with this video. I just don't think this season was it for me. If it was it for you, cool. Good for you, I'm happy. But it wasn't for me. To me, it felt like a shell of itself. They were trying to pass through this season so they can get to the next, so they can have a good plan for the next season. That's how it felt for me. At number 16, The Window, episode 10, 4 out of 10. This is about a random girl that Ted knows from high school or college or whatever. And the window, so to speak, right? The window was her and was if she gets out of a relationship, within 5 minutes she gets into another one, so you gotta work quick. And that was kind of a little disrespectful to women, huh? I don't know about you, but that was, to me, feeling like a fuck you to women. I'm not really much of a fan of this episode because of that. Now I get it, I like Barney's hijinks, but Ted, you are telling your kids about this. How you're trying to get with a woman that, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. And then all of a sudden, she's with a guy and then they get married, right? That was the punchline. And Barney was trying to pick up a chick with overalls, sleep with the grandma. It was funny, and I liked it. I liked that part. At number 15, we have Jenkins, episode 13, 4 out of 10. Okay. Jenkins, right? Really thinks it's a guy, but really it's a girl. Jenkins kisses Marshall, and Lily kissed the crap out of her. I think this is the first time I liked Lily, because she was like, okay, you want to touch my man? You don't touch my man. He's my man. I mean, she's just being the ever-living piss out of Jenkins, and Barney's just sitting there like, move. Trying to get videos and stuff. It was awesome. I loved Barney. Because Lily hands Barney her earring, and he's like, what's going to happen? And then, boom. It was funny. I liked it. At number 14, we have Robots vs. Wrestlers, episode 22, 4 out of 10. I know, it's low on the list, right? And I get it. I get why this episode is so good. But it's not to me, and here's why. Ted is such a fucking knob. You're trying to make him likable in this season? Well, you ain't doing it. And you really doubled down with this episode. And I hated Ted in this season. You'll know who I put in the character ranking. But yeah, he did nothing for me this season. And in this episode, it was just... It sucked. It sucked. Like, this episode really sucked on the Ted part. But on the Robots vs. Wrestlers part, it was cool. Because we got to see Barney trying to make an effort for the group. Try to get the group out there. Try to get the group out there and try and get them to have fun. Barney felt like they lost their essence. And he wanted to regain that. He wanted to have a good time with his friend again. So I thought that was pretty decent. It was pretty good. At number 13, we have Bagpipes. At number 13, Bagpipes. So Bagpipes is when Barney and Robin are portrayed as the best couple, right? But when they get into arguments, Barney leaves or Robin gets naked. Like that. That's how it is. That's how it goes, right? I think it's funny, but also a little weird. I would never solve problems with that type of thing, but I also would solve problems. Like, I wouldn't solve problem with just sex. That's just not who I am. I also wouldn't cause problems. I wouldn't solve problems with just walking away. That solves nothing. But yeah, it's just not who I am, right? At number 12, we have Twin Beds, episode 21, 5 out of 10. This is when we see Marshall and Lily have a fault, right? They're finally at each other. I think this was a cool idea. I think this was a cool structure of an episode. Don has twin beds. Don is Robin's boyfriend at the time. He has twin beds because of his ex-wife. And when they got close to separating, they got twin beds. And then when Don told Lily and Marshall that, he was like, oh, maybe we should put the bed back together. And I'm happy that we got that. I'm happy that we fixed their relationship, because they're only good in the relationship. They're not good by themselves. So yeah. At number 11, we have Robin 101, episode 3, 5 out of 10. This episode bothered me a little bit. I think that this was a problem and a half. First of all, you don't say how you're the master of women, how you know how to read a woman, right? You just don't do that. And this season was very much that. So, it's just not who... And Ted claiming that he knew all about Robin? No. He doesn't, right? Like, it's funny that he's trying to teach her boyfriend, Barney, this, but no. But it's cool that Barney's putting in the effort trying to get to know Robin, right? At number 10, we have Doppelgangers. this is the last episode of the season, and this is when we have the confirmation of they're gonna have a kid when they see all 5 doppelgangers, right? They saw lesbian Robin, stripper Lily, like mustache Marshall, wrestler Ted, and they think they see Barney. They don't, but they think they do. Turns out it's not, and then the whole debacle, and then at the end, Lily thinks she sees him, but really she doesn't. But they think it's like a whole thing. Not a bad episode, just not my personal favorite. But I understand if it was your favorite. It's a pretty damn good one. It's just not mine. Not for any particular reason. It's just not up there for me. At number 9, we have Girls of the Suits. I love this episode. I love this episode. It's so funny. I think this is awesome. Because, like, it's a good thing. Because, like, okay. The song is freaking amazing. Nothing suits me like a suit. It was cool. But yeah. Not bad. Not a bad episode. Just in my opinion, not up there in the top 5, right? Not bad. I like the story behind it, where a girl tells Barney that she doesn't like suits, and he pretends to get rid of them, just sleep with her, and the song comes on and all that. It's funny. But yeah. At number 8, we have Homewrecker, episode 20. This is when Ted's mom gets married, and it makes him rethink everything, right? I don't think this is a bad episode. I think this is a pretty good one. And we buy that iconic house, right? He buys that house that we now learn is the house that his future children are staying in right now. This is the house that we see the children in, that we see him talking to the children in, right? This is the house. This is good. This is a good setup for that. I wish this was a whole season where we're just building this house, we're trying to fix it, right? It would have been cool, but it's not. So. At number 7, we have, of course, and now a girl was trying to play hard to get with Barney. Barney finally had a perfect date for her, but gave it to Robin and Don instead. And that was cool. Barney still ended up sleeping with her. Because why not, right? But yeah. Sorry, I thought. Shit. A bag just fell, and I thought, oh, shit, something's in it. Nope. Nothing in it. We're good. Jesus Christ, I just got scared over a fucking bag. Anyway, of course, for the cute little episode it had, it showed the humanity in Barney, and I don't think we see that much. So it's cool just to finally see that. We saw Robin, and then when we find out that Robin's been sad the whole freaking time, when Barney had that little Super Bowl thing, That was a little sad. When Robin did that whole thing with it, it's sad. It's a sad thing. I've been through a breakup, so I would know. It's tough to get through. But yeah. At number 6, we have the sexless innkeeper. Which when Ted takes the girl home, but she sleeps. He doesn't sleep with her. She sleeps. But yeah. Funny. Barney explains it, and yeah. Yeah, Ted was the sexless innkeeper. This is also the subplot that I remember loving very much between the two, between Barney and Robin and Marshall and Lily, when they had like double date friends now, couple friends. So that was cool. It was a cool thing to see. But yeah, great episode. I really like this. If you guys haven't seen any episode of How I Met Your Mother, I really do recommend this one. So yeah. At number 5, we have Slapgiving 2, Revenge of the Slap, and this one we see Mickey. Mickey Aldrin. I love Mickey. I love Mickey in this episode. He's trying to make it right with his kid. Trying to make it right with Lily. Does it pan out? Not really. And the whole subplot of Marshall giving the slap to Robin and Ted to slap Barney. But yeah. Barney is just sitting there all scared. And then they give it to Mickey, and then Marshall goes to unhook Barney and say, "No slaps." And then slaps him. It was funny. I like this episode. But I think this is the last Slapgiving episode I'm going to give a high review. So, yeah. At number 4, we have definition. This is when we try and figure out what Barney and Robin are to each other, right? Not bad. Not bad at all. Love this episode. Love this season. Well, not this season. I love this episode, though. I'm really trying to force them being like, not good enough. It was cool. I liked it. It was a good thing because they were faking being together, but then they became real and all that. It was cool. And Marshall had a barrel. Can't forget about that damn barrel. At number 3, we have Last Cigarette Ever. It was cool to see them rally up to get Robin not to smoke. But then they all smoked later that day. But yeah. And then they all reveal when they had their final cigarette. And Ted was when he finally married the mom. So that was started dating her. So that was a cool little thing. At number 2, we have Perfect Week. When Barney gets scared and doesn't know if he can keep his job or not. What does he do? He has a perfect week. What does that count as? 7 days, 7 women. Right? That's the perfect week, right? It was sleazy, right? But everyone needed it. Because they all were having a bad week. So they needed that. They needed to root Barney on. Right? So. Cool little thing, but. At number 1, we have the playbook, though. Okay, Dude, the playbook was so good. And shame on you guys for not liking this episode. I get it, it's sleazy. But it shows off Barney's character as we love him. He's supposed to be this whore. He's supposed to be a sleazy scumbag. Right? Like, right? He's not supposed to be the guy who isn't a sleazy scumbag. But yeah, let's get into the characters. At number 5, we have Ted. He was irritating. I didn't like Ted at all this season. He was frustrating and a half. He was on my freaking nerves. It's like, okay, why are you doing this? No can do, like, what the fuck are you doing now? Like, shut up. At number 4, we have Lily. I didn't care for her. She's not bad, just not good. The worst character was Ted, but Lily was fine. It's just she wasn't that memorable. At number 3, we have Marshall. He was infuriating this season, starting stuff up with Jenkins and Lily. I thought that was out of character for him. So, yeah. At number 2, we have Robin. She had great character development. She grew as a character, and I love that she grew as a character. But at number 1, we have Barney. Because at number 1, Barney is always going to be number 1 around here. No, but all seriousness, he showed great character development. He showed great character growth. He's going to try to make everything work with him, right? Work with Robin, try to make everything work, and try to make everything good with her. Even if he turned himself in the process. He's trying. I thought that was cool. But yeah. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification bell. I post every single day. And have a good day, guys. Bye.